Hey, indie book fans, uh, Iron Age, sword and sorcery lovers, how's it going? Uh, Bikini Armor, Chain Mail Bikini. Let's just get right into this. Um, if you're here, you probably love it. Maybe you don't. Um, this month on Twix, I've seen a lot of conversation going on around about this subject. So I thought I'd come in with the definitive word, of course, Eric Wagg's definitive word. Um, yeah. So I'm just gonna give you my take on it, and yeah, let's dive into this. Okay. So here's a few comments I just picked up, and this is just a small sampling, but let's have a look what people are saying. Bikini is fine clothing. The idea that it qualifies as armor is ludicrous. Um, I like how it looks, but my knowledge of biology and physics has always made me dislike it beyond cover art. The main baddie is wearing boob cups and nothing over her heart. Okay, called shot. It's fun to look at, but not practical. If it's used in sword and sorcery universe, okay. In other cases, it's just fan service, nothing more. Well, yeah, there's always jokes about this sort of thing, and here we see him again. I think people have been making this point since the 70s. You know, um, obviously it's not realistic. I could just hand wave and say, well, it's just fantasy, so let's ignore that argument. But these are people, I guess, that want more reality in their reading, and I mean that's fine for them. That's not really why I read books. Why these, Red Sonja or Conan comics are interesting. Um, yeah, I think it speaks to. I can use the uh, verisimilitude, right? So having chainmail bikini for some people, I think breaks that immersion they have, the reality of what the art they're experiencing. But that's fine. Yeah. So uh, I love the painting. That the sword hilt is incredibly impractical. Yeah, so this one got me because this is what stood out to me right here. Of course, that's the first thing your eyes are looking at. I know. Uh, yeah, this looks like a very impractical sword hilt. So that sense of reality, that verisimilitude, is going to be it's a different experience for everyone, and I guess it really depends on what you're looking for in in your reading experience, in your comic book enjoying experience. Um, yeah, I couldn't find the the tweet specifically about this, but it's like, well, why can't men wear chainmail bikini? And to that I say, well, all they do. So this is kind of an old pic that's been floating around. It's a bit I can't even say it. Stripperific. Um, yeah, but it gets to the point, I suppose. Um, listen, I think most guys are just fine with this. They don't care. This looks a little, I don't know. Loincloths are a little more practical, I guess. Not practical, a little more realistic feeling on male main characters. And this kind of thing, I haven't seen stuff really like this since 1990s comics, but I don't read too many modern comics, so maybe these kinds of designs are still out there. But yeah, I'm going to say that guys like bikini armor and women like bikini armor. My wife likes bikini armor, so I'm not going to get into the male gaze argument at all. Um, we're just not going to convince people that make arguments like that. And yeah, they can believe what they want. So yeah, one video is not going to convince them. Mine certainly isn't. So yeah. And yeah, I wonder if these people have forgotten about the frickin' 80s. Do you guys remember the 80s? So what do we have here? That's Conan, Beastmaster, He-Man. That's the Barbarian Brothers. And I'm pretty sure that's a clip from a pic from The Sword and the Sorcerer. So, having male characters in revealing outfits, it's been there for a long time. Some people say, "Oh, it's a male power fantasy," and yeah, hell yeah, it is. Why not? And I'm sure, I'm sure women don't mind looking at this either. So, oh, there you go. Great comment from Zopher. If your sword and sorcery doesn't include sexy women in bikini armor and sexy bare-chested men in loincloths, then I think he means don't bother me. I'm not interested. Yeah, I mean, I'm on his team, right? This is the kind of fantasy I like. I'm going to get into this in just a bit. I'm just going to read a few more things here. Yeah. Modern TTRPG. So we're going to get into, not only books and comics, but role-playing games. Modern TTRPG character art, I feel, is a downgrade to the classic, as I feel it's bland and uninspiring. We need to push to have character art reminiscent of the past. Body show off their beauty, skin, and strength. Make character art great again. And this guy comes in mostly it was to stop being ridiculed for nonsense armor like chainmail bikinis. The move has been toward less stupid, not less attractive. I think this, speaks to a lot of modern entertainment these days. It's moving toward a gray goo. Characters shown on screen, on cover art, in comic books, they're looking very very gender neutral. They're very androgynous. They don't have a lot of character. They're getting uglier too. I wouldn't say that they're getting. They're definitely not getting more attractive. They're getting less attractive, and less stupid. I don't know. The art, I think there's actually sort of a crisis of competency in writing and art, and in a lot of other areas. I'm not going to pick out any examples here because this is I'm going to go off on tangents. If we do that, it's going to be endless. But yeah, dude, dragons and magic exist, but bikini armor can't exist. Yeah, I mean this is I think a point we just spoke about, and it's yeah. If you can have magic, you can have bikini armor, but I'm going to say that's not really the main point I'm going to make here. Let's go on to the next slide here. Characters with bikini armor are just clones of Red Sonja. Yeah, I lost the pic of the tweet that was talking about this, so I just made up my own. This is a paraphrase. I'm going to have to say, no, they're not. This ties in with the aspirational and aesthetic feel of the art that inspires me. So what I'm going to do is tackle this issue and a bit of the history of the bikini armor right here. So the original Red Sonja character actually appeared in a story called The Shadow of the Vulture in 1934 in Magic Carpet magazine. She's more of a gunslinger, I believe, than a sword swinger. And the story is historical fiction set in the battles against the Ottoman Empire. So quite a shift from the original character. We're not really getting into the art right now. This is just the character itself. We'll get to what happened to this character in just a second. Another character that's often cited as inspiration for Red Sonja is Sword Woman from Robert E. Howard. Her name is Dark Agnes of Chastillon. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, her story is also more like a historical fiction. Obviously, license has been taken. Set in 16th century France, and this character may have actually been. Hope you guys didn't hear that. I'm getting notices. This character may have been based on Howard's on-again, off-again girlfriend, Novaline Price. She was also an author, by the way. So, but this character was not the inspiration for the most famous depictions of Red Sonja, because Sword Woman wasn't actually published until 1975, long after Howard's death. And it was 2 years before Roy Thomas and Barry Windsor Smith created that Red Sonja in 1973. So here's Red Sonja, the one we know and love. Almost. This is her first iteration. So Marvel Comics. Let's see. So she's got a much more practical look to her. Practical chainmail shirt. Yeah. Now, the first time the Chainmail Bikini itself made an appearance was here in Kull and the Barbarians #3 by Roy Thomas and Doug Monick, and it was illustrated by Howard Chaykin. So, yeah, so we're talking 1975. However, this might not really have been the first iteration of the Red Sonja costume. Got to go back 1 year to 1974. Savage Tales #3, 1974. So there's a few stories featured in this magazine, and one of them is a sketch of Red Sonja, an uncommissioned illustration by Esteban Morato. I'm actually not sure which one it was. I don't have this this particular magazine, sadly, and I've had to do a little bit of cover up, so I don't get a strike on my channel. I'm playing it safe with YouTube. So one of these illustrations, I'm not sure which one is the original illustration. I think it's the one in the middle. Not 100% sure. If anyone knows for sure, if you have this magazine, let me know. Send me some pictures, especially. I'd really appreciate it. So Red Sonja's Chainmail Bikini just popped into Esteban's head without any precedent at all. That's how it happened. Well, no, of course. This art, these stories, they come from earlier times, right? They all come from somewhere. These are illustrations by Frank Frazetta. I think these are all from the 60s, or is it maybe one is from 1972, I think. Frank Frazetta, the great Frank Frazetta. There'll never be another. So here we can see the, definitely some inspiration taken from these. Same kind of style and feel. So we can't really say that Red Sonja was the first, and that every character that's come after her with Chainmail Bikini or something like it has been just a ripoff. But these also have, a history to them. So the scantily clad warrior, male and female, certainly made an appearance in the 1960s. I got this picture from the Gardner Francis Fox Library. It's a compilation. So this is one writer, Fox, and there's many, many more. You can see both men and women scantily clad. These very bizarre foreign environments, very exciting, dangerous situations. Yeah, swords and not much clothes. But these also go back a little further to the pulps themselves, right? The art's a little tamer here. Pulps were widely read before the 1940s and even after, and they were more family friendly because they had a wider audience. I don't think people realize just how much of a focus or how popular the pulps were before the TV. But they all still had thrilling and sometimes daring art, And all the elements of Red Sonja are here. Danger, scantily clad, people fighting. So, personally, these are the elements that attract me to sword and sorcery. The nearly naked hero and heroine, they're aspirational. I mean, you look at them and you think, man, I gotta buy a sword and go to the gym. Yeah, we want to be these characters. They have the bodies we want. They have the daring we want. They're often very intelligent heroes, hard fighting. They exhibit strength and beauty, and that's something that we're not seeing a lot of in modern entertainment, strangely. Yeah, they are unarmored in a dangerous world. Their flesh is exposed directly to dangers. They have their weapons, their might, and their wit to overcome terrible foes and hardships. Yeah, well-written sword and sorcery tale. The reader should have the thrilling sensation that the protagonists are just a hair's breadth from death and disaster. So you want that feeling of an existential threat with all the safeties off. And sword and sorcery delivers that. And the art reflects that. So, this is the kind of art that I really love. Do I have another? No, that's the end of the slides. Yeah, so, I mean, we have Frank Frazetta, Chris Akelos, people like this that are producing this kind of art. And yeah, I love them. They're great. This is the kind of inspiration that I take visually. Musically, I'm often listening to Man of War or Eternal Champion or some kind of epic metal while I'm writing. But I have these kind of figures in my head as I'm writing. And yeah. So I think the aesthetics of the art are paramount. That's kind of the point I'm making. I don't really care if it's realistic or practical, even if there's magic and dragons or not. I don't care. Just if it fits. So yeah, my final thoughts are that if the aesthetics inspire the story, that's all I care about. I'm here to be amazed. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I am Eric Wag. You know what? I'm just going to talk about one book here. I'm going to shill one book for someone here. This is J. Ashirio Finney, Boobs of Steel. I haven't read this actually yet, but this, there we go. Haven't read this yet, but obviously he's talking about a similar subject. Yeah, Amazon's in art and fiction. So I'm going to read this at some point soon. Maybe my opinions on Bikini Armor will change. Maybe not. I will probably do a review of this when I'm done. Yeah, reviews are not coming out very quickly at this moment. I'm kind of drowning in work. It's been a strange week this week, so I'm able to make a video. And anyway, yeah, I'm Eric Wag, author of Citadel of Seven Swords. Go pick it up on Amazon. Go pick this up on Amazon. Yeah, thank you for your time. Click subscribe, please. And yeah, thank you so much. Take care.